Good morning, everybody. Yeah, this is the remnants of that ex-tropical cyclone that went through. We ended up with I don't know, about 50 millimeters of rain, not a hell of a lot. Most of the damage was confined to coastal areas. Anyway, planning out me power room upgrades. Okay, now what we're going to do is have a look at our inverters. Now, our inverter charge controllers. Here we've got this one. This one hasn't been started or run for a long time. That's a 7.5 kVA inverter generator. Works well, a little bit noisy. Basically, it's been drained, run dry, and the battery's got a, which I should turn on again, has got a battery maintainer on it. I don't think there's power in the shed. I'll have to get that turned on. And what we mainly use is this tiny little baby thing over here. There we go. This is meant to be a 3 kVA. I found it about a 2.8 inverter generator. It was very cheap. It's an eBay special. It's a remote start. It's about 2 years old. It always works. And this is, oh, door was about to slam shut on me. This is the main unit we use, okay? Now, the problem with using this inverter generator is that when I'm actually using it and charging the batteries, we have to be very, very, very careful what we use in the house. You just can't put the kettle on while you're charging batteries because it overloads the generator and it shuts off. I got a fix for that in my new install, and we'll go inside and explain it, or we'll go up the house, have a quick look in the power room, then I'll go inside and explain it all in more detail, and hopefully you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, here we are in the power room. Now you see right there, currently I've got a Victron charge controller sitting there. I've got 2 Midnight Classics and 2 NPP Solar 4048s, 2 of the original ones. Now I bought 3 of those, and a while back, remember I got an ant's nest in one and it killed the board in one, so I've put my spare up there. Okay, now all this wiring's being redone. It's all being redone by an electrician friend of mine. All the AC wiring. The DC wiring is all going to stay the same. Okay, now the 2 new units we just bought, the 5048 MKs, are going there. They're going to be running the house all the time. Now we're going to put the old 4048 that got attacked by ants that I rebuilt here, and we're going to run a generator through that. Okay, so that can charge the batteries totally separate of the house load. So now we can run that little generator, and the missus wants to boil the kettle while the generator's running, she'll be able to do it, because the generator will be charging through this unit as well as solar. Okay, so we'll go inside. It's going to be a fancy bit of wiring, and it's going to be through a 3-way switch. So the old unit is also going to be my backup inverter as well. So it's going to be the main generator charger. It's going to still have solar on it, and it's going to be my backup inverter, the way it's all going to be wired. It's a fancy bit of wiring. And these units, regardless of what generator I'm using, will continue to run the load, the new units. All right, so we'll go inside. All this is being changed over here. A lot of this stuff is just going to disappear. That old unit's coming off the wall at the bottom, but the DC wiring is still staying the same. All right, okay, here we are now. This is the old 4048. You can see it's still got its smiley face on it. It ran for many years, and the ants got into it and killed the motherboard in it, the main unit. So when I refurbished this unit, all right, we actually put a 5048 main board in this. So this is, instead of a 4 kilowatt inverter, this is now a 5 kilowatt inverter. And this is going to be my spare, and it's going to have the generator hooked up to this one. It's going to be my main battery charger and my backup inverter. All right, and we go around the corner, and these two new units that you've seen in my last video are going to be running the house loads. Okay, so my wall is going to look something like that. All right, so it's going to have this one, which is now a 5048, okay, instead of a 4048. It's going to have my two Midnight Classics. That's the solar circuit breakers all coming in there. And then it's going to have the two 5048 MKs running the house. And I'm going to start in there now by just pulling a lot of stuff out that I don't need in there anymore. I'm basically getting the shed ready so it's easy for the electrician to come in and wire it all up. There's going to be a lot less AC wiring and everything else in there because of the way I'm doing it. And I might never ever need this backup inverter, but if anything happens to one of these or both of them, then instead of being, oh, panic, panic, we've got no power, we just flick a switch, turn the backup unit on, flick the changeover switch, and we're running on that unit while I'm sorting out any problems with these units. It's all about redundancy and backup. You know, I mean, I've never ever believed in having all my eggs in one basket. And when it's the system that runs your house, that is even more so. All right, so there's a quick introduction to the changes I'm making on my new system. As we move along with it, I'll keep you updated. All right, keep safe everyone. Bye for now.